of South Bay Connects. We have a very special guest, South Bay local.
South Bay legend.
South Bay legend. Yeah. We've been trying to work on our introduction, but right now we're going to push the easy button. We're going to hand over the introduction duties to our guest, Mr. Hype himself. Please introduce yourself.
Boom, it's your boy Will Jones. You already know what's going down. We are out here, South Bay Connects podcast. Eli Lopez, Leave a Mark, Big Eddie in the house. We got High Sunday. Chill. It's going down. Holla at your boy. We're going to get this thing started.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cool.
I was starting to lose it there. I didn't know.
You hit that thing, dude. You hit that thing.
Oh, man.
Welcome. I appreciate you.
Welcome
Thank
aboard,
you.
Will. Welcome aboard.
Happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. We got, as you said, High Sunday music.
Oh, yeah.
Leave a Mark to my right.
Yo.
Your boy, Will Jones.
Boom, it's your boy Will Jones.
Yours truly, Barbara.
Eli Lopez, Barbara to you.
Man, the hype is real, Mr. Hype Man.
Absolutely. Director of Hype, Alpha Elite Performance. Use code BOOM15 to check out.
That's right. Our guest is a sponsored guest. Let's that's a good way to start. Let's start from the beginning. So You're a sponsored athlete now. What can we call you? Trainer?
I'm just a regular guy. I'm just
community developer of health and fitness.
See, I don't even know how I would describe it, because I mean, what I do is just what I do. I don't, I just
Did they reach out to you, or how did this whole thing happen?
When I linked up with Matt Petch, the operational athlete, a few years ago, doing Ruck for Vets stuff, which I'm now a part of. He was sponsored by Alpha Elite Performance, and it's a veteran-owned supplement company.
Nice.
Veteran-owned. They're both Green Berets. So, he just dug all the videos and hit me up like, yo, keep posting the videos. We'll throw you on the team. I did that, got thrown on the team. And so that's how that started. I flown out to different events. So I'm the director of hype for Alpha Elite Performance. Official title.
Damn.
Field promotion. We're out in Jacksonville, Florida, Sandlot Jacks with Go Ruck. They had this big event. Yeah. So I came out there. I was waving a flag. I had a big old Alpha Elite Performance flag at their booth. I was just going wild and crazy.
Oh, man.
That's just what I do.
That's what they wanted.
Yeah. I mean, you'll see me doing that with Ruck for Vets here, Redondo Beach, all of our events. We do down at Hermosa Beach and all that stuff. I'm just running up and down, just screaming, waving the flag around, just having fun, enjoying life.
That's right, man.
Getting everybody hype.
Yeah. So personally, that's how you would classify yourself? Like you're like, I'm just being me. I'm hype.
Yeah,
hype.
Yeah, this is what I do.
That's cool, man. That a company would actually like sponsor somebody like you. Like it doesn't have to be like this professional athlete. I've never even heard of
you've heard of Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Legendary hype, man.
That's legendary. Big shout out to Alpha Elite Performance, man.
Yo! Travis Emily Wilson, what's up?
Yeah. What's your code again, brother? Give us your code.
Code BOOM15 at checkout.
Boom.
BOOM15.
BOOM 15.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And what do they have? What do they sell? Or what is their flagship supplement, or what are they?
They've got a great big catalog. Very consistent with the Pipe Hitter XP pre-workout, and the Rally and Recover is their oral hydration supplement. It's like the Liquid IV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so think about Liquid IV. So they Rally and Recover. So both of those two I use like religiously, like every day.
Nice.
But they got protein. They have fat burners, or they call it oh man, look, I'm drawing a blank now. You guys put me on.
So it's like a full array. So they got the full gamut.
Absolutely.
Of supplements.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna check them out.
They're you said they were vet owned, right?
Yeah, veteran owned company.
Okay.
Very nice.
They're out in Montgomery, Texas. So it's right north of Houston.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, man, it's really good to connect with you. And I'm really happy to see where you're at, where you're going. You've had quite a journey.
Thank you.
Quite a journey, Will. And we're going to take our audience and our viewers through a little bit of that journey. We won't go through every little nook and cranny. We won't, crawl under every little rock.
Yeah,
but,
that's for the after hours.
Hours, behind the scenes,
Behind the scenes, the VIP party,
the edited footage, right? But so one of the reasons why I wore this is because of you.
I love it.
Right?
Let's go Dodgers.
Yeah, we'll start it off like that. You're a huge Dodger fan.
Yeah, I was born at Dodger Stadium.
Wow.
Born at Dodger Stadium.
How's that?
Stop it,
Born at Dodger Stadium and first kiss at Dodger Stadium.
Oh,
yeah.
How were you born there? Dude?
I got photos, bro. I got photos.
You got evidence.
You
got receipts.
Wow.
Yeah, I got receipts. All right. That's the legend. That's the legend. That's the legend. Truth is, growing up, pops, moms, they had season tickets to Dodger Stadium. So I was there, as my mom was pregnant with me. And then after I was born, and I was at the game. So 5 days old, I'm sitting in the stands at Dodger Stadium.
Man.
And I got the picture. So I'm just documented. Yeah.
Oh, man. You're going to have to produce the picture, brother.
Yeah. You want it right now or after the thing? I don't know. Camera can't see. I got it.
All right. We're going to put it up.
Yeah. And then one of the concession stand ladies, first kiss, got picture, I'm a little baby, like 2-3 years old. And
already kissing, huh?
Already, yeah.
Them blue eyes working already.
Huh?
Yep. That's quite a story.
Right.
Yeah, that's super cool. I didn't even, so are you going to continue the tradition? Like, are you going to do the same thing? Like with your children?
Yeah. I guess. Cause absolutely. Absolutely.
Keep it going, huh?
Yeah. It just might not be 5 days old. It just might not be 5 days old.
12.
Right. I'm going to keep it going.
Hey,
shout out to Pops.
Shout out to Pops. Yeah.
He actually sold that to mom. I mean, he's got to be the greatest salesman to sell 5 days old.
Yo, and then another story I like to tell is I'm an Olympic baby because 1984 Summer Games was here in LA.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo.
Hitting everything, dude.
Hitting everything. Right?
I feel like, didn't they win the World? No, it was 81. They won the World Series, right?
Yeah. In 88.
Okay, yeah.
I was born in 85.
Okay. All right.
Yes, Olympic baby. Yeah.
Olympic baby.
You're hilarious.
Conceived during the Olympics.
For sure.
Man.
Born at Dodger Stadium. Yo.
That's a pretty good story, man. And so obviously it was the perfect fit for me to
I love it.
rep,
I
right?
love it. Yes.
I know I'm bleeding through this back wall. It's like I'm coming out of the wall, but that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Dodgers throw us up against that wall emotionally sometimes.
Hey,
we got to scrape ourselves off,
Yeah,
I said it. Yeah. I love you guys, man. But come on, man. Let's get it together.
It's all a matter of perspective. It's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. So, all right. So you have you have a lot of work you're involved in with a lot of veteran work. You're a veteran yourself.
Yes. United States Army.
Thank you very much on behalf of the South Bay Podcast for your service. We appreciate that.
We appreciate the support.
Thank you, definitely. And so, what are some of the things that you do for Ruck for Veterans? What are some of the things that you're involved in with them?
So Ruck for Veterans, we're a local organization here, Redondo Beach, South Bay. We do 2 big fundraisers a year. We do these ruck marches about 6 miles. Don't quote me on that. We might have to edit that out. I don't want to scare the people. We need people to come for the. But we do 2 big fundraisers a year: a Memorial Day ruck and a Veterans Day ruck. And we do it out of the VFW 2828 Redondo Beach, where we're members at. And a ruck is basically just walking with like a backpack with weight in it. You don't have to, come out with a backpack in any way. You throw water in your backpack and that's your weight. Like, it really doesn't matter. We just want you to show up because the organization is all about combating mental health through physical fitness and building community. So, we've had the mayor come out to one of the rucks. We had Vera Jimenez, KTLA 5, come out to our rucks. So we get a lot of community involvement, just not only veterans, but supporters as well. Because the integration back into civilian life from the military, a lot of veterans feel isolated, and isolation kills. So this is just a way to build that community. So we do these 2 big ruck marches a year, and then bi-monthly rucks. We do a thing called Ruck Club. It's a 4-mile ruck. We start at VFW 2828 Redondo Beach. We rucked at Greenbelt in Hermosa to like Gould Ave, where Artesia and all that, the little, I forget the name of that park. And then we walk down to the Strand and walk back. So, I mean, we get a lot of great support from the community. Everybody's out there. We got our American flags, Ruck Vets flags. Different members from Ruck Club, they'll come with their unit flags. So we got a lot of Marines, we got Navy. I mean, we got all the branches, more Army. So they'll come with their flags and people will just, shout out and, like, oh yeah, first Cav, oh yeah, Marines, just all that different stuff. So yeah, we have fun with it.
That's cool. I didn't even know that.
Oh man, it's epic, bro.
Yeah,
it's epic.
It does sound epic.
It is,
especially the cause, like the reason for it. I'm like, oh. And I actually was going to ask you what ruck is. So the ruck is you having weights, on you and going to long runs or
Well, that's how it is. So back in the military, that's how we would, transport all of our gear. We'd have our rucksack with all of our gear in there. We go out to the field like this was all our stuff that we needed. These were all of our supplies.
And that was called a ruck.
And that was called a rucksack. So it would go into the rucksack, and then now it's turned into more of a like a fitness type thing. But for us, it was just like, yo, this is what we did. We need to get from point A to point B. We need to take all this stuff with us. So
that's perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Rucks for bets. It's like you couldn't get a better name.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for giving us the history.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because I've seen it. I've seen it quite a few times, but I didn't really know the background or the reason or why, or I just saw you with the flag screaming. I mean, I guess it's patriotic, but now it makes a lot more sense, and I like that now. I'm like, whoa. I mean, so as every year has it got bigger and bigger?
Yes,
and bigger?
yes, yeah. It grows because just like you said, a lot of people, they don't really understand what we're doing, and some people, they'll stop us and ask, what's going on? What are we doing? Stuff like that. We'll walk around with brochures, flyers, different things. So you can kind of just check us out.
Nice.
But yeah, like I said, it's all about just community involvement. We also do workouts, like beach workouts down in Redondo Beach.
You do that daily, right?
Yeah, daily. But now, the other responsibilities, priorities have kind of, taken over of my willy-nilly beach days. So
okay, we'll get to those. That's good. I mean, and that's one of the things that really is inspirational, because like you're there every morning, man.
I do my best. I do my best to be there as much as I can be.
Definitely
consistent.
Yeah. I think out of the what is it? Do you go 5 days a week or 7 days a week? What is your when you were at your all time?
It was every day.
Every day, right? So 7 days a week.
7 days, yeah.
7 days. Wow.
Yeah.
Free cryo, right?
Free the homie cryo. Free the homie cryo.
I don't understand what that even means.
I know. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
That goes in the water. Yeah, the Pacific Ocean, that thing. We just,
you act like I'm the only one.
No, I'm just saying. To me, seeing that, I'm like, whoa, man, no way. He's not going to do it again tomorrow. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's right there.
And the next day, he's there. Yeah, he's there. And the coolest thing about it is that you bring, I don't know if you call the people that you're there working out with, or they just show up at a certain time, but you always have a little group and they always seem so happy. Even after the workout, they seem happy. Like you bring, like you actually bring like joy. Like, even though it's a workout, I see them happy. Like, I'm like, man, this is cool what this guy's doing, man. It's consistent. You consistently do it. And this, I think that's the thing that caught my eye. I'm just like, man, this guy won't stop. I figured, maybe he's a repost. maybe this is the same.
Look, I tried to do that once or twice. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe it's the repost, but it's like, nope. It's the it might be the same perspective, but it's a different day.
Yeah.
And I don't even, like I was telling you outside, I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't get where do you get that? Like, I don't even want to call it motivation because it's not motivation. This is discipline. This is drive. This is purpose. This is because you don't go out there every day, every morning, cold as it is, in the beach with the wind. Like this guy takes no days off. Like the weather's not always nice out here.
If it ain't raining, we ain't training.
Damn. That's the motto.
That is the motto.
Is it really? Okay.
Because look, so in the military, right? Like you can't just it's a bad weather day, so we're not gonna go on the mission.
It's too windy out there.
You know, it's like because like we're actually fighting in combat.
Yeah.
Right. So like the enemy, you know, like we have to think like they're not gonna take days off, regardless of what the weather and all this and all that is. It's like so we can't do that. We have to hold ourselves to a high enough standard and do our best to hit that mark every time. Because we need to leave a mark. Plug! Shameless. But it's just that mentality.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do it, you know, like we have to think like, yo, this opponent or this enemy is gonna come get us. So we need to stay at our best.
They're up.
Yeah.
They're training.
Right.
You can't let up.
Exactly. Because, you know, like we're fighting for that person to our left and to our right.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, boom, that's who we have to make sure comes home with us. Every time we leave that gate, we want to make sure we all return. So regardless of what issues, you know, there was between us before leaving the gate or anything like that, it's like, yo, we got to be on point on that. We come back and deal with our stuff when we
with
get
our
back.
personal stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's the right mentality right there.
Like, you know, like, I need you to show up for me, so I got to make sure that I'm showing up for you.
And it just goes like that throughout the whole group.
Throughout the whole group.
Man, more that mentality should be adopted by more, I feel, industries. I feel just the world in general. If we would do things thinking like that it's for the guy next to you, right? It's for your brother or right? It becomes bigger than you.
Amen. Because
you could give up you could easily say, you know, I'll skip that today.
Yeah.
I don't got to go to the gym today. I don't got to go do this today.
Yep.
But when you feel somebody's depending on you, you're getting up.
Yeah.
I could see now how it works. Are most of the guys that join you, did they have a military background as well?
Some are veterans and others are just like supporters, or, you know, they've kind of just come in, have the same type of mentality and work ethic. And I mean, it's open to everybody. So, you know, just come in, put in the work, and let's have some fun.
I know he's been no. I got it. I got to give my
you, bro. He looked right at you when he said that.
Everyone.
Well, he's been trying to get me to go over there, and of course, you know, I've been hitting snooze. My fingers are buff from all the snoozing I've been pushing.
4:30, top of the morning. Like,
man, like today, he texts me early in the morning. Like, I think it was like 4 or 5.
Like, about 4:58.
Yeah, 4:58. And I was
I was trying to wait till 5, but I was like, if I don't do it right now, I'll probably forget.
Be like 5:15. Damn it, it's over.
So no, definitely. I mean, I know that you do leave it open for anybody, and that's very commendable. That through fitness, you're able to overcome some obstacles that perhaps some of the things that you guys have been exposed to has left some scars and stuff with you, right? So what are some of those benefits specifically that you receive from working out? How does that translate into your day? Because you start really early, right? So obviously you're getting that workout in. Now, how does that translate in your day? What does that workout help you do and accomplish? Because you do a lot, brother. I mean, you have a lot of energy, man. I mean, if the secret's in the cry, I'm going to get down there tomorrow, bro.
All right, I'll see you there. Sunrise. Well, sunrises at the beach are epic, right? You see everybody's sunset photos. But go and experience the sunrise. Go experience the sunrise.
They're like, it's early.
and I understand it, but it's the same like feeling and environment and all that stuff that you get while the sun is setting. It's just more people, right? When you there for the sunrise, there's like you feel like you're out there by yourself. Wow. And just the way the sun is coming up and the clouds and then over the ocean, just seeing how everything is just starting its day is the most beautiful thing in the world.
We're like,
Yeah. Right.
That was having an epic moment, like out of body experience, and we're just like, it's warm in here, bro. Like, wow, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I always say that. For any epic picture, there has to be some sort of challenge or suffering, right? You gotta be, if you're gonna get an epic sunset, let's say in like Colorado or something like that, it's gonna be really cold at that time. And you're gonna have to wait for it. You gotta set up your camera, wait for the sunset, take a bunch of shots. It's gonna be cold. You got to endure. So that same applies to the sunrise. Because really, I don't really see a lot of sunrises pictures. Now I'm thinking about it. It's like the sunset's getting all the glory.
So I will tell you this. Because we're on the West Coast, it sets over the ocean. So you know, obviously those are going to be the best photos. But if you're sitting on the ocean and you look to the east and see that sun rising, like it's a whole nother experience. Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Oh, you got to be in the water for that one.
That one too.
The cryo view, right?
Yeah, cryo.
I can't even get a shot.
Yep.
You need stabilizers.
But I didn't even think about that though. Yeah, you're right. I would never thought about it because I've never been out there. Right? Just turn around.
But I mean, you think about it, it's like, man, who goes to the beach at 5, 6 in the morning? That's not.
I got a list of names, bro. I got my own little community down there.
No, you really do.
For sure.
Really do.
But I mean, if you think about it, that community is so small when you think of the grand, how big the South Bay community is, right? And then right there in that area, the Redondo, Hermosa, Manhattan Beach area, right? I mean, it's cold, man. You don't.
It's all relative.
It is. Right.
You brought up Colorado. Colorado's a lot colder in wintertime than Los Angeles.
That's true. I'm just a weather whip, man. I've been on the West Coast forever. Cold is not my friend.
Yeah, I get that.
Man, so let's talk a little bit about how we started the connection, how we connected. So first of all, I got to give a shout out to your dad.
What up, Pops? The Ted, the original OG from North Philly.
Mr. Ted Jones.
Yo!
Man, Mr. Ted Jones. A little history on Ted. His insurance background. He did a lot of work for the community. He's a Torrance Rotarian. He's no doubt been I could see he's left a mark on you.
Absolutely.
Shameless plug. But you know, he's one of the people I met first. I met your dad first. He came into the barbershop. He came into George's barbershop. We talked about
Artesia.
George a little bit. Alfaro's barbershop. Artesia in Yukon. So your dad came in there, and the first thing he asked me was, you know, can you give me a military haircut?
Okay.
And so I'm like, absolutely, sir. You know, we started talking. I knew he was a very serious man. He told me his background, and from the very first visit, you came up. He was so proud.
Hey, what up, Pops?
He was just like, you know, it's me. I have a son named Will. He's currently in the military. He's on duty right now. He wanted to let me know exactly where you were. You know, you were in Iraq at the time, and he, you know, he was very obviously complimentary of you and very excited, and he kept talking to me and talking me up, you know, talking you up. And so I'm like, okay, you know, when's he coming home? You know what I mean? When's he coming home? I want to meet him. He's like, oh no, you'll meet him. He'll be here. So first of all, Dad was responsible for connecting us. And lo and behold, what year was that when you got out?
2008.
2008. That was your second tour, right?
Yeah, my second tour. I just finished. I might have just been on leave because right there at the beginning of 2008 is when I got out of Iraq and when I got out of the Army.
Okay.
So
that's that. The first time we met, you were on leave, correct?
Okay, yeah. So that was right when I first got back from Iraq.
Gotcha. So you did 2 tours in Iraq. 2 tours,
Baghdad, both in Baghdad.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you very much. We know that's not something easy to say. You know, I mean, it's easy to say, very difficult to do. And you put your life on the line. I'm sure you've seen a lot, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that part. But so I see, you know, Skinny Bone Joan, Will Jones, no facial hair. Bro, I thought you were 15, honestly. When I first baby face. No, Will Jones, baby face, blue eyed, you know. He comes in, and I'm just, I did not connect his dad with him. You know, because, you know, just so that our audience knows you're biracial. What is your race? What races do you have? What do you mix with?
I mark other on all the.
The list is too long.
Depending on who I'm talking to, we'll get different stories, right?
Let's get the official one here. The official one.
Half black, half white.
Okay.
And then there's lots of mixed stuff all up in there, but I just say black and white.
Okay, definitely. So your dad is black.
Yes.
Right. So I'm cutting his hair and we're talking. So then I'm seeing a blue-eyed, lighter hair, just really skinny,
white
no
boy with a tan.
Hair, totally tan. And he was just like, Eli, oh yeah, okay. And you came in like you knew me.
Yeah.
Right. That was the first time I had seen you.
Yeah.
So, I questioned a little bit more. And he was like, you cut my dad, Ted.
Yeah.
Ted
That was fun. That was funny.
I was like, it took me a minute to connect. He's like, yes, that's my dad. And I was just like, oh, and so it automatically was like, oh, okay. Oh, how are you, man? Oh, thank you for your service. And we, we started developing our friendship there. You asked me if I could do a fade, high and tight. And I think it was a number 3 on top of your rocking back then. I don't remember the numbers, but that's how we connected.
Right. Yep.
And you wanted it really sharp. You like that lineup sharp. I think I had to, touch up the eyebrows a little bit. You were a picky guy back then.
I was.
That's good though. That's good. You sharpened my skills. You knew what you wanted. You're one of the things that I did. The first impression I got to say is you were a very determined young man.
Oh, thank you.
You had some good energy when you came in. Very respectful. You know exactly what you wanted and how to ask me. So that made my job easier because I didn't have to consult with you much. Yeah, it was quick, easy, and then that started a nice relationship, a good friendship from there. Yep. You were very supportive. Some of the things that you were doing back then was very interesting. This is the only, with your permission, I'd like to break some of the barber customer confidentiality agreement that we don't have, but we should have.
What happens what happens what happens in the chair stays in the chair. No, we can talk about it.
For entertainment purposes.
We can talk about it. It's fine.
For context.
Yeah.
I got it. I know you, but
I'm not going to get too many details, but we
oh, no. We won't get into too many. Just the relative one. So you're a veteran. You're in the service. You're a serviceman. You're also a world traveler.
Yes, I've got a few stamps on the passport. Not a lot, just a few.
Quite a bit. You spend quite a bit of your time in other parts of the world. So it wasn't just a quick vacation. You spend years in other parts of the world. What are some of those parts of the world that you've traveled to and spent some time?
Outside of the Army, I was in Philippines.
As a civilian.
I've traveled to Korea. I wasn't there that long. Singapore, Australia, Afghanistan, Puerto Rico. Let's see, what else? What other countries? I might be missing one.
And then you went to school too, right? Were you in school in the Philippines?
So I did 4 different film schools in 2 different countries.
Nice.
Yeah. All on the GI Bill. So shout out to GI Bill. Nice. And other veterans watching this, find out, just research what the GI Bill can get for you and just go at it. There's lots of opportunities for the GI Bill. Sorry, shameless plug.
No, that's good.
Thank you.
Need to know.
Definitely. That's something that everyone should know as far as that served in the military. What their options are.
Oh yeah,
and what's
there's so many benefits. We just have to search for it.
Right.
We just have to search for it.
That's good.
It is out there. The answers are out there.
So film school. So. Man, I could go everywhere with it. So you've also been an actor. You tried acting for quite a bit. You're a model. Yeah. You've done some modeling.
I've done some things. Yes.
You've been in Bollywood, right? You did some film over there.
No,
I didn't. Correct? What did you do for them?
No, I didn't make it there. I wanted to, but some of the stuff that I did in the Philippines did make it to other countries.
Gotcha.
So I was on the Department of Tourism Philippines campaign. It's more fun in the Philippines. And that image was on double-decker buses in New York, San Francisco, China,
Was that
Hong
a
Kong.
show?
Yes. No, it was just, they they just had this campaign,
Okay.
you know, to kind of advertise that it's more fun in the Philippines. And
So wait. You were the hype man for the Philippines. Oh,
That's
man.
where he got his
Come
start.
tour over here.
Look, one of many. I wasn't the only one. There's many different guys.
But how with the language barrier that you even had to speak?
No, it's just
It was just your
it's just a
physical.
photo. It's just photo. It's just a photo. Just a photo. So they set up a whole like festival carnival that they do in Cebu, Philippines every year called Sinulog. And boom. So they set this whole thing up and I'm there. I'm the centerpiece of it and the big festival going on behind me. And it was that image that was
Wow.
So you were like in a throne or like
No. I was
centerpiece?
just think of like a street party.
Okay.
And I was the focal point of this street party.
And then that picture has been on buses and
Yes,
stuff
yes.
all around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Brochures and
man.
different things.
There he is.
awesome.
You're like, boom. Where did you develop that? Where did you come up with that? Boom is your boy Will Jones.
I think like in 2016 is when I the first boom video or the first booms videos like started. It's going back through all my stuff. That's like kind of when it happened.
Oh, so it was like a trend, like people were saying boom.
No, I guess I was just like in my videos because I was doing a lot of the selfie videos.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess that was my way to get the attention
Yeah.
of the people.
They're like,
you know.
boom.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, boom,
Right,
we out here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You know? So that's kind of my way. And then it just kind of
you just kept on.
Yeah. What's the word I'm looking for? Develop from there or
Yeah.
what's the other word? Evolved. It just evolved from there to what it is now.
Yeah, it
Got tattooed now.
almost like even so. What with the same font, the same logo font as your logo? Like, you're a player. This guy's Brad.
I had the headband, but I lost it last week. The ocean. It was donated to the ocean. It was my contribution.
The homie cryo ticket.
Free the homie crowd took the headband.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
That's cool though. I didn't. It does get my attention though. Yeah,
Right?
it does still work even after. How long have you been doing it?
Since 2016.
And since then, you were like, do you even? Well, no, you have kind of background in film, right? So it's not a big deal to you being in front of the camera.
No,
It's nothing.
no, nothing. I like to act wild and crazy.
Press the button.
Make people smile and laugh. That's what God told me to do. So that's what I'm doing.
That's what's up. Yeah, you handling
Positive
that.
vibes.
for
Do my
sure,
best,
dude.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
positive. Your vibes are always pretty positive, man. You have such great energy, and I mean, I know that that's to sustain something like that. Like Eddie mentioned earlier, it's got to be some deeper roots, some deeper seeds in there that motivate you, and we're getting to know those. And through your traveling experiences, whether it was in the military or as a civilian, what are some of the things that you saw? What are some of the most memorable things that you can tell us about?
Oh man, I used to have so many, and now I'm drawing a blank.
So how about in the military?
We'll have to come back to this.
I know. Okay, we'll come back to it. No worries. So, your love of the Dodgers is obviously, we talked about how,
Born and raised.
5 days in the Dodger Stadium. We've gone to a couple of games.
Opening day, we did that. Me and Eli Lopez, Barbara, you opening day. That was epic.
That was that. I think those were some.
You got up early for that one. See, he can get up early.
So that was when I think that was probably the last time they had that little tailgating at Elysian Park. Right?
Yeah.
We had tacos there. It was fun. Yeah, you did have to get there early, but see, I mean, there's no tacos in Homie Cryo. I mean, if you're offering tacos, bro, I'm there. I'm a taco guy.
Okay, look, there's restaurants that open up that serve tacos. They do breakfast tacos nowadays.
No, they do. Actually, I was thinking about there's a spot over there. So we'll throw a little shameless plug at La Terraza in Redondo Beach. That's on Avenue C. They have breakfast burritos. They open pretty early.
Oh,
so there you go. I got a plan. I got
go free the Homie Cryo and go get some breakfast tacos.
No, I mean, I don't know what Eddie's talking about. Those guys that had those smiles after that post picture, that selfie. I don't know if it's a smile because they're happy or because the workout's over, bro. I see some of your workouts. They're pretty.
A smile is a smile, right? Right?
That's a relief. But
it's the best.
in the Philippines, back to, well, we're going all over the place.
Yeah.
But as far as your film, what are some of the things that you took that you learned from film school that you actually maybe apply to this day? Or is there anything that you still use? Or, obviously you're building your brand here and it's been working. Are those some of the techniques that have helped you build your brand? Do you have other visions? Do you want to film eventually? What's?
Yeah, I've got visions as high as the skies, but at the same time, I also have to continue just moving forward with the baby steps, because the only way to get to that mountain is by, completing each step, day in and day out. There's been so many lessons along the way. I feel like I'm on the spot right now, so I can't think of the lessons.
Yeah, you're on a podcast.
I am. I guess one thing I have learned is throughout everything, it's just I have this very carefree, go with the flow type of I don't know the
vibe,
word.
I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I guess. Yeah, I kind of just go with the flow, right? Like I know kind of like what my true north is and where I'm headed. And I know that all roads will lead there one way or another.
You're confident in that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like I do believe and I have the faith that I'm going to end up where I'm supposed to end up at the time I'm supposed to end up there. So,
I like that belief. I like when people have that type of belief, because it's hard to get there, right?
Yeah.
To get to that point where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to listen to nothing. I'm going to listen to inner me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to believe and I'm going to put in the work and it has to work out.
Yeah.
Right. You almost have that thought. Like, I like hanging around with people like that.
Yeah. I mean, because
I'm sorry to cut you off, but because of the traveling that you do, a lot of times that people say that, you develop character, looking at other people's cultures.
Oh, yeah.
You take from those cultures, right? And then you implement those fundamental values that you're speaking of right now.
Right.
Like as far as because you didn't know where you were going to end up when you're traveling, right?
No,
you didn't know what was going to happen, what to expect.
Yeah.
You land in the Philippines. Yeah, it sounds good. Film school. You don't know what it's been like or what it's going to be.
Exactly.
Right? So is that where that confidence came in? You build that confidence while traveling?
I like to say my upbringing. Okay. I was just growing up here in the South Bay is very culturally diverse. So I've kind of been exposed to so many different, people and just things that there wasn't too much of like a shell shock anytime I went, when I went to the military or when I went to any of the other countries. As long as once you get in there, you just have to know hey, you're a guest in this place, right? Like this isn't my home. So you just have to observe, kind of see what the vibe is and kind of see where I fit in to everything. Like, where's my lane in all this? Right? Like, I'm not just going to show up thinking I run this whole thing. It's like, yo, like who is this guy? He just stepped off the plane. It's like, no, I got to, find my footing. Okay. My strengths are these, so I'm gonna use my strengths in this area, and then from there I could branch off and, kind of have fun with other things.
So you've had that's who you are, huh? You are diversity. Yeah, it's who you are. It's like, if you think about it, you approach everything in that light, right? Like, you look at things like that. Like, let me see, where can I fit in? I know I can fit in here. Like, I just don't know where, but I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. So if you want to go into my workouts and things I do every day, that's ever evolving, ever changing. What's one of the sayings, like, every time you go into the river, right, it's not going to be the same river you just stepped into before, and you're not the same person, right? It's just like with the waves, right? Like, know your limits. That's one of the main things that the lifeguard's always talking about. Like, when you go to the beach, it's like, you got these rip tides, so kind of just know, like, don't go in like willy-nilly, like, I run this thing, I'm fine.
I'm a good swimmer.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, no, swim within your limits, right? Because you'll get that riptide and you'll panic because, you've never been here before, So it's just kind of like that. Just, survey the land and, okay, I know I'm good here. So let me go play in there. Okay, I've built up some confidence. Okay, now I'm going to go get into that big wave right there. Get crashed, beat up, tossed around a few times.
But at least you didn't just go out there off the top, right?
Right.
Like it was like you said, baby steps to get to that place, right?
Yeah.
Get that confidence, build that confidence up.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of discipline. So part of your, like you said, your background, your dad's a very disciplined man.
Absolutely.
So he's a disciplinarian.
Yeah,
definitely.
So basic training wasn't that difficult. Felt like I was back home.
I'd just like to take this moment to acknowledge our sponsor, Finley's Tree and Land Care. They've been serving the South Bay for 45 years and recently are expanding into the Orange County area. They have certified arborists that can take care of any design that you may have. If you call now, we have a special promo code designed for this podcast. Mention SBC20 and get up to 20% off. Finley's, it's a name and company you can trust. Man, so the Philippines was, how much time did you spend just in the Philippines? At film school? How long was film school?
The film school, the first film school I was at was a year program.
Nice.
And then I went back to a different film school, and that was like a 4 or 5 month program.
Wow, nice.
Why over there? Why the Philippines?
Well, I met an Army veteran when I was going to the UCLA Extension film program over there, and he had told me about a film school in the Philippines that took the GI Bill. So I was like, hey, beautiful tropical island, film school. It's paid for by the GI Bill. Why not?
Yeah, I dig it. So it was more like you actually, the film school is more for like acting, or is it more you actually behind the camera?
So one thing my buddy Mike told me was, he's like, because he had went to that film school. He's like, they do have an acting program, but don't do the acting program. Do the filmmaking program, because you're going to, like the acting program is maybe like 2 classes a week, where the filmmaking program, you're there like all the time. So you're going to be around it more, have more opportunities. And and I'll be making my own films as well. So it wasn't just like, oh, I'm only acting. It's like, no, I'm learning everything that goes into making a film. And then so what I did was, when I went in there, did the filmmaker program, I was like, guys, like, you don't need a cast for your films, your student films. I'll be your actor. And then, I could work on the films. So we worked out a little deal, and I starred in like all but maybe one student film that.
So part of the assignments was to create films.
Yeah, it was hands-on. Like, absolutely.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you got that's
something I would like to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's real cool. So they give you equipment and they just create the script and then.
Yeah. So the film school is the International Academy of Film and Television. And there's a film studio there called Bigfoot. And there's this, I think he's German billionaire, went there to make a movie, Deep Gold. And he built this film studio there. And he's like, well, I got to teach these people how to, make films. So he started a film school. And so they held all the equipment. You had working sound stages. It's like it was official.
The full thing.
Yeah, it was official.
Yeah.
It was official.
And you got to go to the Philippines.
And we got to be. We were right on the water, bro. Yeah,
that's
right on the water.
Surfing,
right on the water.
Diving.
Yeah,
right on the water.
I'm sure you got
Fish
pictures
spearing.
of that too.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's where I learned to scuba dive. Actually, that's yeah.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
You really take advantage of that GI Bill. Dude.
Hey, man, you got to.
Man, we got South Bay's GI Joe over here. What's up?
Jeez. That's cool though. That's something completely different, right? Because you could have gone to the one here in LA. They got a film school here,
and I did do that one after the others.
Oh, really? So what? You were just like, you know what? Let's keep at this.
I mean, I still have money on the GI Bill. So,
oh my God. Let's drain this
max
thing.
it out. Yeah. Let's max it out.
Whatever I can learn, sign me up.
Absolutely.
Sign me up.
Because you never know, right?
True.
Like you never know what, like when the next thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, yo, this is what I enjoy doing. So I'm going to do this. And, like in the blink of an eye, the whole life would change. You ever know who you'll meet at these things? You're like, because how this whole thing started was I had met somebody. It's all through networking.
Networking, yeah.
My whole life has just been through networking. I hear from some somebody about something that, piques my interest, start to research it, and then boom, I start to get involved with it. And then it leads me to my next thing. So
that's cool. Yeah, the power of networking. I think people don't get the whole, like, people actually has an entire career, entire lifestyles predicated on their network.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of things actually really do happen there, rather than, even nowadays you can have a degree, but if somebody else has the connections, has that network, they'll surpass you. They'll get the gig before any paperwork that you can bring up.
Yeah. And check this out too, right? Like there's another saying that I've heard, my net worth is my network, because through my network, I could, find anything.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what you're saying, I understand the paper and stuff like that. Like the network gets you in the door, but that paper and all this stuff talk about like keeps you there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that experience, right? Because you're gonna need the experience for some of the things that the doors will open.
True. Yeah, you gotta actually be competent, and the network won't do the job for you.
Right. It'll get you to face with who you need to be face to face with.
That's really all you need. All I want is that opportunity.
Right.
That's all you could ask for.
Amen. So that's what brought us all here together.
True. Yeah.
Pops told me about Eli. I showed up.
Yeah.
But how many years later?
Man, it's been about
over 10.
Definitely over 10 years. Definitely. But I would say closer to 15.
Yeah.
15 years.
Boom. Here we are.
Yeah,
we're here with the Free the Homie Cryo. And then film school in the Philippines. Well, these two things alone, I'm like, I would have never. Who else could I have talked to that would have talked about that?
I have no idea.
Right? Yeah. Who else? What beach is that? Is that the Torrance Beach or what? Or is that
from right there, we're down up here all the way down to Rat Beach, Malaga Cove.
Okay, Rat Beach.
So that whole area, we usually set up right there, Avenue A on some days. I got a swim group that I swim with, the #1 Ladies South Bay Open Water Swim Club. And shots out, what's up? I've been swim cap official, so we have the orange and neon swim caps. And we go right there at Torrance Beach at the lifeguard tower. Okay. Right there by the snack bar.
So you guys swimming in swimming pools?
No, we're in the ocean. About a mile. Like 3 times a week.
All right, just calmly. Quick mile.
Okay, so you squeeze it in there in between jeez. How did you even, again, the network, right? Like, how else did you get that? How else did you even find out about it?
Just, running on the beach all the time, right? So as I'm running on the beach training, I meet one of the lifeguards from that tower, Anto, and through him, I met the ladies and all the other swimmers, and they invited me out one day, and I was like, "Well, let's go." And that's
4 years later, you're the captain.
He's the captain. Yeah.
Damn.
He leads the team.
And again, it's competitive too. It's like
no, it's not.
Or
it's
it's
very leisurely. Well, for me, it's very leisurely.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a great group. I mean, that community down there at the beach is epic. And like I said, we got a nice community there. We do big parties. Like we had milk and cookies out at the buoy to celebrate a birthday. It was a thing.
Wait a minute, dude.
How do you get up there without getting
a birthday or an anniversary is one of those things. But yeah, we all went out there with some milk and cookies.
Wait. And the boats too.
How did you get there?
Okay,
so I brought the surfboard, right? So the buoy was out in front of the Torrance Tower, right? I forget how far out. So I had the surfboard so we could set up the milk and cookies and all that stuff out there. So we go out there.
One of the ladies, salty by the time they got there?
Yeah, they had a dry bag. No, they had a dry bag.
Okay.
They had a dry bag. So when we got there, we opened it all up. We poured milk to everybody. I took a cookie, dipped it in the ocean, and ate it. Like we just
let me envision. So you guys are around in surfboards?
Yeah. No, I was the only one surfboard.
And everybody else is in the boat?
No, everybody else is swimming.
There's no boat.
There's no boat. No boat.
Never would have a boat coming.
Yeah. There's no boat.
In my head, I'm like, they got the boat. And then very leisurely, they get their boats and they do a perfect circle.
Nope.
So then,
no. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So they're grabbing the cup from your surfboard, and then wow.
Yeah.
Who even thought of that, man?
The ladies, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
That's so that's
telling
beyond creative, dude. I can't.
It's epic.
So was that early in the morning too? Early?
Yeah.
So while looking at the sunrise.
Yep.
Oh,
God,
wow. Again, the
dude.
story gets better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
while we're sleeping.
all of that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that group down there is a beautiful community. Hey, you go swimming and then go have a little tea party right afterwards. We're getting ready to have a big party Saturday. If you guys are available, come down Saturday to the Torrance Tower.
What workout are you doing?
It's not a workout. This Saturday is not a workout. It's a Christmas party.
It's a trap. I think
It's a Christmas party.
You got to do 10 pull-ups to go in. You're like,
I probably should. No, but
You're not fit enough to be in here.
So what? So you guys, who's throwing it? Is it just for the people by the beach?
Community.
Or?
It's just all of us. We all come together and like these ladies. I'm telling you, man. Like they'll celebrate. They party. Like if it's somebody's birthday, they'll clump all the birthdays together and boom, we're having a beach birthday party. So they'll bring tables out. We have little picnics. We have a nice full spread. Everybody's like a little potluck. You know, we'll play in the ocean. We'll go out swimming. Then we'll have this nice little tea party. You know, everybody bring coffee.
Man,
cakes, snacks. I mean,
that's
it's
like
beautiful.
a fantasy world, dude.
I'm
Like,
telling
man,
you.
I didn't even. Damn.
That's you gotta get out of bed.
Yeah. No, you're right. We gotta get out of bed, and we really we're missing out,
Right?
bro.
Hey, but, it's safe to say fit people have more fun.
That-
I mean,
dude,
man.
that's super cool,
it's
man.
like a different world though, because I literally run along that street. Like I start at the snack shack,
Okay. Yeah.
like 3 or 4 days a week, but at 10. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like they have this whole world, this whole thing happening.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And I pull up after. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're already packing it up. They're like,
Christmas parties and like buoy cookies and stuff. Yeah.
That's how it started for me, though. Right? That's how it started. I'd show up just for the tea after the swim at like 10 o'clock. And then it's like, well, I got to go out and get in the water. But I'm like, oh, I can't swim a mile, you know?
Yeah.
And like, oh, it's fine.
Who can? I don't know anybody that can swim a mile. And, like, no, who? Consistent? Like you don't know
Accidentally?
stops?
Or what?
Can't even-
They use a boat.
They use a boat.
I didn't even think of like, wait, they're swimming out there. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you tell a normal person this story, they're gonna have those questions. They're like, what do you mean? Yeah, they're just floating in the water and drinking milk and cookies.
It was epic, bro. It's epic.
Damn.
I'm telling you.
Just the thought of somebody thinking of that. And then probably it is super joyful because you're doing something that nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
This isn't the Disneyland ticket. This is like,
Real life.
dude, you're in nature,
Yeah.
fucking goofing off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're doing some sort of workout for your body, mental health, all of that coming in.
Yeah. Motion is the lotion. The ocean heals. We get dolphins, you know, we get escorted by dolphins. You know, like we see sharks. We see all the abundant sea life
I like
out
those
there.
ladies.
These
I
ladies
already like those ladies.
They're epic. I'm telling you, man.
I never even met them, right? I already like their
Oh,
style.
Seriously, I like them.
They're so epic.
Let's give them a shout out. What's the swim club?
The number one ladies South Bay Open Water Swim Club. We got Judy Shane, that's her name. Ask her again, she'll tell you the same. We have Anita, we have Terry, we have Jane.
Wait.
And they're coming consistently.
Judy Shane, ask her again, she'll tell you the same.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She's like, Judy Shane, that's my name. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same.
Yeah, that's a good line too, dude.
It is.
That's
pretty good.
line.
All right, so
She's got to get it tatted now.
yeah, right. I'll tell you this. Like, so all these ladies, they're all fucking badass. We might have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
But they're fucking badass. I'm telling you. Like, so Judy Shane, right, broke Buzz Aldrin's heart. That's the story I like to tell.
What?
But
Really?
Elaborate. All right. We're getting into some
we can't get into too many details.
Oh, it's still national security.
No, but she was so Buzz Aldrin, he was a grand marshal in a parade or whatever, and she was his date during the parade.
ceremony. Uh-huh.
Yeah, during the ceremony and all that stuff. And yeah, she's a writer. So she interviewed Philippe Cousteau, who's Jacques Cousteau's son. So she interviewed him. She also interviewed me, wrote articles. It was a pretty epic article.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these ladies, Anita, like she's been a South Bay legend for her whole life. She's traveled all over the world. She's very cultured and just very knowledgeable. Terry, she used to work with Cesar Chavez back in the workers union and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, very close with him and all that stuff. And then Jane, she loves to get arrested. Like she's out.
She's a wild one.
Yeah, she I'm telling you, like they're fucking badass, bro.
Wow.
Okay, she doesn't like to get arrested. I mean,
it just happens.
Let's clean
it's
that
part
up.
of the deal.
it just happens. Yeah. So she show up to like union protests and different stuff like that.
Oh, okay, that kind of arrest.
Yeah.
Those are worthy
For a
arrests.
cause.
Yeah,
For-
those are worthy.
No criminal activity.
No criminal activities. For cause type stuff. So yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah,
now I want to meet him.
You have
Right?
to, bro.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Come on down. You'll love them.
You know what? The way you express yourself about the community, it makes people feel like, man, like I want that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be part of that.
And it's
you know?
here. You just have
in
to tap
South
into
Bay.
it.
Yeah.
This is what
right.
Ruck for Vets did for me.
Ah.
Right? It opened all this up. Because without Ruck for Vets, I wouldn't have even been on the beach with the beach workouts.
Wow.
You know?
So that's how you got everybody starting connecting.
That's
right
where it
there, 'cause
started.
You just continued.
Yeah, because I hit up Matt Petch.
Man, shout out
You
to
know?
Matt Petch.
Shout
Operational
out to Matt Petch,
athlete.
Operational athlete, Charlie One. You know,
Charlie won.
yeah. And it was through Barber by Daniel. He was the one that linked us up.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, yo,
Shout out
you got
Barber by Daniel.
Shout out to Barber by Daniel. He
Really
linked
good
us up.
barber. in the South
Connection
Bay.
after
That's-
connection
yeah.
after
Oh, yeah.
connection.
That's how it goes, bro. That's the origin story. And then look what it's grown into. Free the homie cryo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's leading to 2 barbers starving waiting to cut this dude's hair. I mean, look at it. Shout out to Daniel. I feel you, brother. Don't trip. We're in the
Gonna get
same
him.
boat.
We gonna get him.
You know, we're going to get him one day. If you don't get him, I'll get him. We'll pin him down.
I'm kind of letting the hair grow. Yeah.
No, you know what, man? You got nice hair. I give you
thank
that.
you, thank you.
You know,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
people can't grow hair curly like that. And, we know what
Yeah.
they say about the curls.
Oh yeah. We just gonna leave it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
You'll get me in trouble.
No, man. So you've had quite a life, Will. In just the time that I've met you, you've been a very huge inspiration for me because, like all of us, we all have to overcome certain things. You know, life throws us so many different curveballs. Obviously some of the things that you were exposed to and all the damage that they may have caused to you, to where you had to look for some sort of coping mechanism, right? And you found it. It sounds like with the community in the beach, and that makes me so happy because you're more than just somebody I know. I mean, your dad. You've supported my efforts. I look at every single person that walks into my doors and I get to connect with them.
Yeah.
I really try to look at them as family, whether they're a brother, a sister, regardless of their age group. You know what? The age group really will help me put them in a category, right? You can be my uncle. You know what I mean? Oh, you can be my aunt. Oh man, you're young. You're my sister. You know, we're about the same age, you know? So there's so many different things that have open doors for me, getting to know you and now that how we stayed connected through all that time. Yeah. And I mean, you really traveled across the world. And I remember very specifically when you were about to make that decision, you were going to film school in UCLA.
Yeah.
You liked it, but then that opportunity came up.
Oh yeah.
And then just, man, that spark kicked in your eyes. And, I knew, you were going to be gone for a little bit. You were a regular client. So in my mind, I just wanted you to reach for the stars, right? Yeah. I believed in everything that had to do with Will Jones. I mean, your energy, I was like, this guy's going to make it somewhere. Something's going to happen for him. And, you've got to travel the world, experience so many things. And here you are now giving back to our community, right? The community that raised you.
Yeah.
You've introduced us and piqued our interest in the swim club. I mean, I'm dying to go meet them now.
Oh yeah.
Right? So that's amazing how through connections, through network, and that's really what this podcast is about, right? We're trying to connect our South Bay community with individuals such as yourself that have benefited from all the South Bay experience and then taken that experience abroad, brought that experience back into the South South Bay, reconnected with your people in the South Bay. I mean, all that is why we're doing this podcast. We want to get to those stories. Absolutely. We want to meet those people. Yes. We're dying to meet the swim club now. I want cookies. I want cookies on the water. I don't know how I'm gonna get there though. We might have to get that boat. We'll go with the boat.
You're gonna need some floaties there.
You got to swim, but see, it's all about overcoming. You know, you got to overcome certain challenges.
Yeah,
because your life's gonna throw challenges at you. You know, and if you're actively overcoming challenges in your day-to-day life,
what you do,
that when life hits you with a challenge, you're like, oh, I've been here before.
What I do,
you know,
I overcome challenges.
Absolutely,
overcoming challenges, you start to develop a habit of doing that.
Yes,
so when you become a habit, then it just becomes a part of you. So, now that you've come full circle, done your journey as far as traveling, you've completed your promise to the government, to the United States, right?
Yeah.
You fulfilled that assignment, that responsibility. Thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you.
And then now you're now reintroduced into civilian life. What are some of those challenges though? That's I wanted to get to know you a little bit more on a personal level. What are some of those challenges that someone that has served, that has to now be reintroduced to the community that raised you, right? You've, my gosh, I mean, it's, I missed you, right? And I had just got to know you. You were already at the end of it, but just knowing you, knowing your dad, knowing that connection that we made, even though you were on leave, we made that connection that day.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wanted to, talk to you again and then talk to you again and be here for you, right? So then I had to arrange my affairs to be, more of a professional. And that time, I mean, I was young too. And so I had some things that I needed to work on myself. So what are some of those challenges going back into civilian life?
The big thing for me was, I guess everybody's perception, right? Because everybody already comes in with a perception of what somebody coming back from Iraq is, or what somebody in the military
should be, how you should act.
So like that was the biggest part, because like you're saying, get to knowing somebody on a deeper level, more one-on-one. Forget all the stuff you've heard in the media or you've heard from other people. But on that one-to-one connection, so overcoming that challenge of throwing that away and looking at this with a different perspective. So for me, that was like the biggest challenge for me, because I too had the same perception. I'm like, oh, everybody's looking at me like I'm a monster, and everybody's is gonna think this way of me, or all that. So I think it was like kind of the same on both sides. I'm thinking that they're gonna ostracize me, and then they're thinking I don't know what they're thinking, but.
Did you feel like you changed, and when you came back, the things were the same? That you were the one that changed, or was it like the community that changed?
Oof. Well, I will say that, every time you leave somewhere, like so you go on an extended vacation or something, like think summer break.
Right.
When you're at school, everybody gets out on summer break, and, friends that you were with your whole time in school, like is now gone for 3 months, and you have to kind of like get back into that.
Yeah.
So there's that little bit of
disconnection.
Yeah, disconnection, and then trying to find that back again, because this person may have spent this summer on the East Coast, and you were here just going through regular summer job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And I ask you that because at that time, I didn't want to talk to you about what your experience was, right? Because I didn't feel that, one, I knew you enough, and then two, I felt that you had already completed your responsibility and your obligation, right? That part of your life was now done.
Yeah.
Right. There may be some effects from it, but that part of your life is done. So I wanted to be a part of your new life, right? Like I wanted to be a part of, hey, this is a really good friend of mine's son.
Yeah.
And, I just want to get to know him and just, hang out. That's the Dodger games that we did. I mean, we had some similar interests. And so, we had some fun, right? So we want to have some fun, and who can't have fun at a Dodger game? I know we went to multiple games, and we just, did some things that we'll leave it at that. We had fun, and it's a very special time for me because I never served. I've had family that served, and I saw firsthand as a young man. My uncle came back from Vietnam, and he came back paralyzed, and he had a support group that helped him get himself back to where he felt that he was now a contributor into civilian life, right? Because he was now out of his own skin and out of those thoughts that you shared with us. Yeah. And now he just put those to the side and he just focused on what he could contribute. Yep. And then he was full circle. Once he got his momentum, it was just like, bam, all right, I know my lane. And it's so similar hearing you speak. That touched a lot of memory chords in me, because I saw that with my uncle, right? And so with you, like I just kind of had that as a background. So I just kind of wanted to be part of all the fun memories now that we were going to start to create. And of course the haircuts, and you were, really big in acting coming back. Yeah. So that was something that I was excited for you, right?
I wanted to be a movie star.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, man, if Frank Sinatra, can do it, Mr. Blue Eyes, let's see where these blue eyes can take us.
I'm living the movie now. So
there it is.
I'm living the movie.
There it is.
Did you see yourself as like an action hero, or you were drama, comedy?
All the above.
Move over, Arnold. Okay.
All in one.
All the above. I can do it all.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm living the movie. So
yeah, and that's very nice to know that all the skills you were able to get because of, some of your self-sacrificing spirit that you showed, and your commitments opened so many doors for you with like the GI Bill. And then you took that and you ran with it. And I remember that, I was comfortably cutting, and that gave me inspiration in that moment, because I'm like, this guy is chasing his dream and he's going across the world for a dream that he has. Right. Yeah. And he's willing to go that far. Yeah. How far am I willing to go to chase my dreams? I'm right here in the South Bay, so if there was a moment where I was, hard to get up to go to work, or, maybe an investment I was kind of on the fence about, or just getting out of my comfort, you were way out of your comfort. Right. So I'm just like, you know what, man, what's up? I got this too. Yeah. Unknowingly in your subconscious, when you have those type of connections around you and those types of friendships. Yeah. They don't have to be there to tell you what to do in a sense, or to encourage you, just by seeing what they're doing, right?
Their actions are
their actions.
Right,
exactly.
Right. Absolutely.
It enters our subconscious. So now when we're in that kind of situation, we're like, you know what? I can do this. Yeah. I have somebody who's done it. I've supported them. Let's go. Yeah. Let's do
absolutely.
This, right? Yeah. And so it's so amazing to see where this is taking. You've been on quite a trip, and you have something that led you to a particular place. It's present will. Yes. I'm gonna give you a hint so your mind can start going.
It is present will.
PR.
Yep. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Oh! Okay. All right.
Dale, papi.
Dímelo. Ya
dímelo,
papi. Yo soy boricua, pa' que tú lo sepas. ¡Wepa! Okay. All right. Here we go.
So, what is that? Please tell us.
All right. Here we go.
What is so special about the PR?
All right, guys.
To you.
So now that you've asked the questions, you've heard, my adventures. Now let me take you a little bit deeper. Okay. All right. So back in the year 2000, I'm in high school, Torrance High. Shout out Torrance High, go Tartars. I'm in high school. I'm in 10th grade. There's this girl in the class that has like tarot cards, right? So for shits and giggles, I'm like, yo, give me a reading. Right.
You said it like that.
I was like,
just like that. Was that your pickup line, bro? Blue-eyed bandit got the pickup line? Give me a reading.
Say, girl.
Okay.
I want to know my future. Are you in it? Oh, come on.
Oh, man, yo, give me in trouble.
10th grade. This is 10th grade.
10th grade.
Get over it.
10th grade, right? So she tells me two things, and those two things have shaped my life to where I'm at right now. Okay. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. And you've heard the journey, right? So I'm gonna tell you just the whole true north thing behind it all, right? So two things she told me I've lived my life by ever since that day. those two things were I was going to be a movie star and I was going to marry a Puerto Rican girl. Or it could have been marry a Puerto Rican girl, then be a movie star. I forget. But it was those two things. It was marry a Puerto Rican girl and then be a movie star. It was just in that order, right? So shortly after that, I meet the Puerto Rican girl in choir class, right? She's an upperclassman, so I'm like, oh, already, back in high school, you're scared to talk to the seniors and shit like that and whatever. But she's in my fucking choir class, right? And I'm like, yo, that's her. That's her.
You know what? She in the car.
I'm like, yo, there she is. Like, there's the Puerto Rican girl. Hey, there she is. I was stoked, right? So, we talk a little in class and stuff like that, but it wasn't until a family party at my friend's house. His mom and her mom were friends, so she walks in to this party. And I was like, boom, this is my chance. I went so hard. I went so hard. I emptied the tank. Emptied the tank. I'm like, yo, this is the opportunity right here. I'm just here it is. Empty the tank. Right? So I got the phone number. I made out with her. Man, I'm high on life. Right? I call the number. Mom just fucking stops it. Just in its tracks. She's like, nope. I was like,
damn.
Right. So I don't see her again for like a week or two, and she shows up with a boyfriend. Oh, it breaks my heart. I was so crushed.
Damn.
All right, cool, whatever. It's still my Puerto Rican girl.
Undeterred.
Right. So I see her again 2 years later, right? Like she'd already graduated, went off. I'm still in high school, senior year. There's like a talent show or something going on at the school. She shows up to it. Same thing happened. Boom. Just empty the tank again. Empty the tank again, right? Boom. Get the phone number, right? She picks me up that Friday night. We go on our first date. Best night of my life, right? And but she still had the boyfriend, and I was seeing somebody in high school, right? So boom. So that was that. So fast forward, I graduate high school, join the army, go to Iraq, come back from Iraq. This is MySpace days now. So MySpace days. So ever since the whole marry Puerto Rican girl and be a movie star, every Puerto Rican girl has had my full attention.
Puerto Rico? Okay.
So, by the base in Fort Hood, Texas, right? There's a lot of Puerto Ricans, and, this naturally happens to be a lot of Puerto Rican girls. So I'm on MySpace one day, and there's this profile on my MySpace. I'm like, okay, let me see what I'm going to get into this weekend, see who's available, whatever. So on the MySpace, there's this MySpace profile, Borica Bella, right? And it's a little Puerto Rican caricature, right? It wasn't a picture, it was just a little caricature, right? So I'm like, I didn't know who it was. I was just saying it was one of the Puerto Rican girls back there. So I'm looking, and ends up being Puerto Rican girl back home from high school.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, I was over the moon, bro. Over the moon. So I'm like, yo. So we start chatting, right? I'm coming back.
Empty the tank.
Yeah.
Virtual.
Yeah. Right? So I come home on leave, we're hanging out. She's got a son at the time. She has a son.
Yeah.
At this time, right? So she had I think it was like 2 years old or a newborn or something like that. But yeah, she had a toddler. And I was like, oh, it's all good, whatever. It's my Puerto Rican girl, right? This is the one right here. This is her, right? So we chatted up. I come back, So in between the two tours, like back and forth, like we were hanging out, we were talking, we were doing all that stuff. And I'm like, yo, like this is it. And I just have to go finish this second Iraq tour and come home and, we can live out the dream.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm big into dominoes, right? I play dominoes all the time. And before I left to Iraq, she gifts me a set of Puerto Rican dominoes, So me trying to sound all romantic and all that, I'm like, yo, like I'm going to carry one of these Puerto Rican dominoes next to my heart the whole time I'm in Iraq, right? I know, right?
Emptying the tank.
Hey, 100%. You got to, right?
Oh, man.
So Boom, that happens.
It'll be the one love.
Yeah, exactly. So we decide on it to be the double five. Double five domino. So the whole time I'm in Iraq, I have, every time I'm wearing the uniform that's got the breast pocket right here next to my heart, I got my rosary, my prayer cards, my saints cards, and the Puerto Rican domino. Right? 15-month tour. Yeah, in that one pouch right there the whole time. So I get back, I can't wait to present it to it, right? And this happened at Veterans Park right here, Redondo Pier, right? This is where she gave me the domino and stuff like that. So I'm like, what better area than to go back there and present the domino to her?
It's meant to be.
Right. So I get back from Iraq, right? We go to Veterans Park again. I'm like, I've been dreaming about this moment forever, So we go to the park. I visit the domino. I do this whole thing. I'm like, now we can run off, get married. I could be a movie star and, live happily ever after, right? God had different plans. So she ends up losing the domino after I give it back to her.
How?
Girl just loses the domino.
Wow.
Crushed.
That
She
thing
couldn't
crushed.
get another domino?
Another
Bye domino?
Right. Crushed. So this so between 2008, 2010, right? We only see each other a handful of times after that. I was going through my transition. It was just
After she lost the domino, what are we even doing here?
So, and that was the time we met.
Yeah.
And we just covered what I did after that. Right. So I went off, did the film school, did all that stuff. But now check this out. Right. This is where it gets real fun. So, like I said, after the whole Puerto Rican domino thing, and all that, like I just threw all that to the side. It's time to do the movie star thing. So that's when I started getting into the film schools and all that stuff, right? And that's when I met my buddy Mike, UCLA. He's telling me about the film school in the Philippines. And, I started researching. So at the time, there was only two things I knew about the Philippines, Manila and Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Cebu before, So I'm like, all right, boom, start researching Cebu. And in Cebu, I find something that really piques my interest. And what I found was the numbers 1521, right? And the significance of these numbers was back in junior high school when I played club soccer growing up, my number was 15. When I got in high school to play basketball, 15 wasn't available. So I'm like, okay, well, 21 just calling out to me. So boom, I grabbed it. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but I couldn't choose between two numbers. Didn't know that was, like I needed to make a choice. So I just said, F it, put the numbers together. So like I said, after, she lost the domino and all that stuff, I just threw all that to the side. And then the research came up, boom, 1521, Cebu, Philippines. 1521, Cebu, Philippines, Ferdinand Magellan was killed by Lapu-Lapu in Cebu, April 27th, 1521. And, like it's down the street from the film school. So I'm like, okay, this means something. It's calling out to me.
Jesus.
Like I have to go. I have to check this out.
You
right?
think? Oh, God.
Yeah, right. So boom, I go. And, I do the whole film school. I do all that stuff. Well, I end up meeting a girl there, right? And I'm thinking that, maybe it's not Puerto Rico, maybe it's Filipino. Right. So because when I go there,
you're like, I think there's an R in Philippines somewhere.
Right. Because of the numbers. Exactly. Right. Yeah. So because of the numbers, I believe that, like this is where I was meant to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. So I showed up and boom, I meet this girl.
Numbers. Yeah.
Right. So what I find with this girl is her home address in Manila is 2115.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
At some point, you're like, this is getting ridiculous.
Right? So
Jesus.
So I'm like, okay, I got to ride this wave, right?
Yeah.
So, riding the wave, and I'm traveling back, U.S., Philippines, and all this stuff. So 2014, 2015, I'm back here at Pops' house. And I have a dream, and in the dream, Jesus Christ comes to me in the dream, and he's like, "Yo, like Will, you're good. Only thing you need to do is just continue making people smile and laugh. That's all you got to do. Just make people smile and laugh." I'm like, "Oh shit, you serious?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I just questioned God."
How could you?
And he starts laughing. He's like, "Yeah, that's good. Just make people smile and laugh." I'm like, "Cool, boom." Took it, ran with it, right? And then I came across the book, The Alchemist, right? And you guys familiar with The Alchemist?
Yeah.
You know, he's got the boy, he has this dream, he's got to go chase his treasure and da 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 da. So like I was able to correlate my journey with the main character's journey.
Yeah.
Right. So now I use that as like my roadmap now. Like this is my roadmap. You know, so boom, I'm going across everything. So everything in my life after that time, I referred back to The Alchemist. And what ended up happening, you know, I ended up breaking up with a girl in the Philippines. And that was in like 2016. So then I come back here, right? And I'm like, okay, you know, something's going on, something's wrong. Well, there's a friend that I met in the Philippines. She's like kind of grew up here in Woodland Hills, right? So she was out Woodland Hills, you know, and she invited us all over. So we all went over there, and she invited another friend that I met in the Philippines here. And I was like, oh, yo, like, maybe like I threw the whole Puerto Rican thing to the side. I'm like, yo, this girl is just gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, hey,
forget all these numbers.
I'm like, let me take you out, right? I'm like, let me take you out, because I wanted to take her out back then, but you know,
yeah,
the opportunity presented itself. This opportunity presented itself, so I'm like, boom, let me take you out. She's like, yeah, okay, cool. So I take her out. We go to sushi, right? The whole time we're at sushi, all I'm talking about my Puerto Rican domino story. Just straight cock block myself.
What?
Yeah.
Intentionally or you?
No, unintentionally, bro. Unintentionally. Come on now. Eddie,
Yeah.
you think I'm intentionally going to cock block myself?
I mean, subconsciously, maybe you're like, no, she ain't the one.
Maybe,
She
you know,
ain't the
maybe
domino.
subconsciously.
So you got in your own way.
Yeah, so I got in my own way.
So what happened?
She's like, you know what you got to do
done.
now, right? I'm like, no, we could just forget this conversation. And kind of, she's like, no, like the only thing you haven't done yet is go to Puerto Rico. Like you've never done that yet. So you got to go. You got to come, you know, like, because I was obviously searching for something.
Yeah.
You know? So boom. After that, I booked my ticket to Puerto Rico. Go to Puerto Rico in 2017. Right? And so I'm in Viejo San Juan, and I go to the cathedral. And in the cathedral, right? Oh, I forgot to mention, like, as I'm researching the 1521 back in high school, you know, I realized, you know, 1521, Puerto Rico became Puerto Rico, San Juan became San Juan, Juan Ponce de Leon was killed, you know, and all this stuff, right? First governor of Puerto Rico. So I'm like, all right, boom, like this connection is pretty strong. So we're just gonna
real strong.
yeah, right.
It's like you don't play around. The stars need to align perfectly. Like, Jesus, okay. Yeah.
So we go. So I go, right? And you know, I'm looking for my thing. Because in the book, The Alchemist, right? The main character has to go to the pyramids in Egypt to find his treasure, right? So his whole journey is to get to the pyramids to find the treasure, right? And in my journey, like I said, I fucking correlated my journey with his journey, and that was the roadmap. So the only thing I hadn't done yet was go to Puerto Rico. So I go to Puerto Rico. I go, like I said, I go to the cathedral, and I'm at the cathedral. You know, I go to, they have Juan Ponce de Leon's remains housed at the cathedral, right? And there's a plaque above that, right? And this may be a little far-fetched, but I took it and just grabbed hold of it, okay? Just hear me out. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. So on the plaque, right? So I think it was in 1906, I believe, early 1900s. There's a bishop of Puerto Rico that, you know, took the remains and put them where they're at now. That bishop's name, that name on the plaque in the cathedral is Monsignor Guillermo Jones.
Of course.
Right?
Will Jones.
Will Jones.
Will Jones, stop. All right, I'm done. Wow.
Right?
Jesus.
So I'm like, all right, God. All right.
Okay, I get it.
Hands up. I'm done. You know, I'm just gonna let you guide me. You know, that's pretty much it, right? So then I come back. Right? Because like in the book, The Alchemist, right? He goes, finds his treasure, realizes his treasure is not at the pyramids, but it's back home where he started the journey. So I'm like, okay, boom, I got to go back home. I get back home. I meet a Puerto Rican girl shortly after arriving. I'm like, okay, I think this is it. That lasts 2 months.
Wild 2 months.
And then I meet a Filipino girl because now I'm like, okay, maybe it's not Puerto Rico, maybe it's Philippines, right? And this Filipino girl, right, from Cebu, 1521. Me and her mom were at like the same event, unbeknownst to us. You know that we were there. We all know the same people, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ride this wave and just kind of just go with it, right? So you know, as I'm doing that, but it's like it's not like something. They're still pulling at me. Some still calling at me, right? So you know,
domino numbers,
right?
I'm thinking the universe,
right?
Some Guillermo Jones
from the early 1900s. You know, so. You know, we ended up breaking up in 2021, right? And I'm like, you know what? Like, I gotta go back to Puerto Rico. You know, like so
crazy ass equation, dude.
Well, because obviously, right?
Obvious.
Like I was just kind of fed up with everything at that point.
Yeah. You're like, I keep finding these obvious signs. Why isn't it?
Yeah.
Why isn't it? Yes, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm very tired and I'm weary from this journey. I'm just like, yo, like I gotta go. So, you know, I start making plans to go to Puerto Rico, right? You know, I end up going to Puerto Rico in April of 2022, right? So the whole plan was also like I was just gonna move to Puerto Rico. Like that was it. So this trip was just a recon trip. It was a recon. I was gonna go. I was gonna
Was it still the main goal was still to find a Puerto Rican girl?
Yes.
Okay.
That was still it. But I'm figuring like, you know, I'm just gonna go to fucking Puerto Rico and I'm just gonna do what I want to do there. Because like I need a job, first of all, right? So I have my fitness background, you know, so I'm already researching gyms. Like I gotta go get the lay of the land, meet people, network, because I had nothing established there. Nothing. Wow. So I got to go and establish something because I got a good network in the Philippines. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take what I did in the Philippines, do it here in Puerto Rico and build that base, you know, build that network. So I take my buddy Mario with me. Shout out Mario. So I take Mario with me and Rec for Vets, you already know. So we go out there and we go across the whole island, right? And like I said, I'm just getting the lay of the land. So in my research, right, one of my goals in the Philippines, when I first experienced scuba diving, you know, the guys that instructed me, they're both like one was from South Africa, the other one was from England. They're living on this beautiful tropical island, just scuba diving every day. I'm like, yo, I want that.
Damn,
like, I want that. You know, so like I need dive master. I need to get to this level. I need to be doing this, right? So as in my research, like Puerto Rico, there's no place in Puerto Rico that will get your dive master certification. You have to do that somewhere else. Because I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna move to Puerto Rico. I'm gonna take the course. You know, I'll be a fitness instructor. Or I'll just get a job and do something so I can pay for the course. And like I'm having it all mapped out in my head. So we go survey the land, come back, right? And after that, I end up like, yo, I'm going to Puerto Rico end of the year. I want to be there for baseball season. Baseball season kicks off in November, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be there for baseball season this year. But like I said, like I want sustainability. I want to be there. I want to be able to fund myself being there.
Yeah.
So I went to Maui a few times, and there's I went scuba diving there, and there's a dive shop, Maui dive shop, or Maui diving, and they do dive master. Like I could have done dive master here, dive and surf, because they offer that too, but it was just going to be like too long of a process. And for me at the time, it's like, yo, I don't have that long of a process. I need to do this right now. So, you know, Maui was able to accommodate that. So I flew out to Maui for a month last year, November to December, did my dive master because, yo, I'm going to fucking Puerto Rico to, you know, live my island dream. So as all that is happening, right, it's where boxing comes into the mix because, you know, I'm involved with boxing. South Bay Task Force. Shout out to Coach Al and the boys. One of our boys, Rich, he's a Marine veteran. He was fighting at a Pasadena event. It's like they had a fight for awareness or something like that. The Pasadena Fire Department put this on, and they had the Fire versus Police type
Is that
promotion.
the Battle of the Badges?
No, this is something different. This is just Pasadena's thing. Battle of the Badges, that's a United Combat Association. So, and I'm involved with that in the April one that happens in Visalia, California. I'm a ring announcer for that.
No.
So, yeah.
You're gonna wear the suit. You're gonna go suited up and everything.
Yep, suited and booted.
I like that.
Suited and booted.
You've done that before,
I
right?
like
Yeah,
that
twice.
You've done it
This is going to be my third time this April, and it's their 10-year anniversary.
Oh, man. You're bringing the hype.
Dude.
Got to. 10 years, baby. United Combat Association, SynCal, Battle of the Badges. All right. So as we're getting ready to go to Richard's fight, go to boxing coach, Theo Albert is what we call him. His name Albert. But yeah, we go to Theo Albert's house to carpool out to Pasadena. He's like, hey man, like we got to go to the store, grab some Vaseline for the fight. I'm like, all right, cool. We'll stop on something on the way. So we shoot Sepulveda down to hop on the 110. So as we shoot Sepulveda down, we stop at Rite Aid. Right there, Sepulveda in Arlington. Right, so we're in there. I run into a guy I went to high school with, one of my classmates. Hey, what's up, man? Seen you in a minute. We're chopping it up. And Al went to Torrance High as well. So he's like, yeah, man, this is Torrance High School, hangout spot or reunion spot. Everybody Torrance High. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, whatever. So we're checking out, and something catches my eye, and I turn to my right, and in walks in fucking Puerto Rican Domino. Boricua Bella,
The OG.
the girl from fucking high school.
Whoa.
Wow.
In she walks. Same thing. Boom, just shot over. I was like,
Empty the tank.
I'm like, yo, what's up, Natalie? Right, and she turned, very warm smile. So I'm like, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Keep going, right? So, I'm there, I grab her number, like, yo, we got to meet. She's like, yo, I was just talking about you last week. I'm like, boom, here I am. But we got a fight to get to, so we can't stay here too long. So I grab her number, we chatted up. So she sends me the picture of me and her son from back in the day, 2009. So I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's my favorite picture, and da 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 da. I'm like, oh, it's all good signs. So I chatted up, we're texting. I'm down at Hermosa Pier one day. Shoot a picture of the sunset. I'm like, hey, we should watch the sunset together.
Oh, man.
I'm like, yo, we should watch the sunset together. And she's like, oh, that's nice. Where is that? I'm like, oh, Hermosa Pier. But she nothing about the whole watching the sunset together. I'm like, come on, man. So I'm like,
she said no?
No, she didn't say anything. She just didn't respond.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
She didn't respond to the whole, what's it called?
You
Watch
don't
the
like
sunset.
sunsets, girl?
Right.
She didn't respond to the emptying of the tank.
Exactly. She didn't respond to that. So, it kind of went cold. So now I'm in Maui.
Again.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done with Puerto Rican.
Right.
Dude, damn.
Yeah, I know. So, boom. I'm in Maui, right? And then I see that, I'm friends with her sister on Facebook, right? So I see her sister just had a baby. So I'm like, hey, what's up? I see, congratulations, you're an auntie now, and da 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 da. Try to, just I'm pulling at
Reignite,
something, like I'm in Maui. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So I'm just like, yo, so trying to reignite. So we're doing all this, and then it kind of goes cold. New Year's comes around, it gets back hot again. Then it goes cold. February, I just feel it just bubbling up. It's got to come out. It's screaming. So I buy a new set of Puerto Rican dominoes. I buy a notebook. I'm about to start writing this story. I gotta get her attention.
You're engraving all the sides.
I need to get her attention somehow, right?
This has to pull at her strings.
So boom, Valentine's Day rolls around. I'm at the beach. I shoot my little panorama videos. Ooh. In the panorama videos, I'm like, yo, Natalie, if you don't have a Valentine, will you be mine? And I send it to her, right? She's like, oh, that's nice. You're in Torrance. you're like, oh, it's nice. You're in Torrance, right? Nice. And I'm like,
left you on red.
Right. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, nice neighborhood.
Right. So I'm like, yo, man, like I'm done. Like I'm done. Dude. I'm done. Right. So I'm done, right? And that's what happens. I'm done. Easter Sunday rolls around. I'm at the I'm at after my workout, my Sunday workout at the beach. I get a text message. Happy Easter. I'm like, you gotta be fucking shitting me.
Like, empty up the tank.
No, I was livid. I was angry.
How could you?
Yes.
The audacity.
Right.
Where's your domino?
Right. Oh my God, for real. Hey.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yes, basically. So, like, you know, I'm just like, okay, happy Easter, right? Happy Easter, right? Okay,
very gentleman-like.
Yeah, happy Easter, right? So, and it's just, she's eating away at me, man. So, right. Yeah, right. Yes. You can't send that long. You can't send that long message, right? As much as you wanted to, you sitting there typing it out.
No, because there's a limit. There's a character limit. I'm sure you reached it. You were like,
yeah. Yep. And the only thing that went through was Happy Easter.
Wow. Hey,
18 exclamation points.
Right.
It was a strong one.
You need to know how I feel. Angry.
Capital Easter.
Yeah. So, boom. The next day, it's just eating away at me, man. I'm just like, man, you know what? Fuck it. So I take a boomerang video of the dominoes. You know, I'm like,
we go back. Persistent.
I'm like, recuerda esto. You know? Yeah.
Did you make the domino fall into the other domino?
This is
and then
us.
the numbers, 15 to 21.
That's exactly how it happened.
Oh my God.
Bro, like I set this whole thing up. It took about 15 minutes to do.
Let me edit. That's a 45-minute
And she's
job.
like, yeah. She's like, yes, of course. I'm like, okay, strong side. And I'm like, why the fuck are you not like, you know, all this other stuff, you know? So whatever. So I'm talking to Theo Albert, and we come to the conclusion like, yo, I just haven't been like straight. You know, maybe that's what it is. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna boot yes or no. And if it's yes, then we'll move forward. If it's no, then I know, and then I can move forward, right? Because like I said, I still had the whole Dive Master Puerto Rico Island.
You had a backup plan.
I had a backup plan. Exactly.
Girl, you can replace real quick.
Right. So I'm like, yo, it's like, will you have dinner with me? She's like, yes, I'll meet you for dinner. I'm like, all right, boom, good sign. So then, so then we,
it always starts good with that girl.
So then we set it up. You know, she's like, yeah, I'll be out of town this week. I'm like, cool, I'm out of town too, because I had the UCA Battle of the Badges out in Visalia, you know, ring announced the second time. So we set it up for the day that we both got back. So boom. And it, you know, the day comes, she hits me up, she, oh, I'm back in town, boom, boom, boom. She comes, picks me up just like the first night, right? And we go to a little Cuban restaurant down here in Manhattan Beach off Inglewood. Oh, is it La Cabana?
La Habana?
Yeah, La Habana.
Yeah.
So we go there, we sit down, we order our drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good ropa vieja.
Oh, man, it's the best. We ordered mojitos, you know?
All right.
And then I pull out the domino, slam it on the table. And I tell her this story in its entirety, same way I just told you guys, right? She's laughing, having a good time, right? She's like, oh, I'm loving this, you know? Like, and she tries to tell me, oh, I didn't know any of this. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. She's
you weren't direct enough.
I wasn't clear enough. So then she's like, you know what? But these numbers 1521, right? They just mean something to me. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, what is it? So she goes in her phone, you know, she searches and she's like, oh, boom. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. So can I do? All right. Because it works better for a dramatic effect if I just, you know, do to you guys what she did to me.
So ready for whatever this is.
Yeah, I'm like really
best story of all time.
So she
lies are lies.
So she goes, this is my house in high school.
Oh man! Wow! Stop playing.
Number
1521.
That was her street address in high school.
Obviously, it's Elm Street because she's been a nightmare for you, bro.
Yo, hit that.
That's outrageous.
Oh my gosh!
Come on, that's facts, bro. How is that even possible?
How is it possible?
And she still rejected you. You better tell me now this is your current wife right now, dude. You better tell me, dude.
Yeah, we got a baby coming in March.
No, let's go.
Let's go.
Wow, what a journey.
Yeah.
God, that's how this
Jeez.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Bro.
Stressful.
Yeah.
But was that dinner was what made her like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold up. Bro, congratulations
Oh,
on
thank
the
you.
baby, though.
Persistence.
And that persistence, man.
That's wild.
Thank you,
bro.
thank you.
You never gave up. People would have been like, dude, I'm done with her.
Hey.
Like, that's it.
That's a South Bay Notebook story.
That
Bro,
is,
we gotta
make a movie.
That is
There
a
it is.
notebook.
On the real film, right?
That's wild.
Bro, we're going to use all the skills you picked up in
Let's
the
do
Philippines.
it. I'm with
Let's
it.
make
I'm
it.
with it.
dude.
I'm with it.
That is freaking
Wow.
wild.
And you want to know the funny thing?
Whoa.
That gave me chills.
Puerto
bro, seriously.
Rican domino.
Right. Puerto Rican domino. So we got matching tattoos.
Oh, with the thieves. Look
Yeah.
at
The
that. The
Cincos,
fives,
the
dude.
fives. Wow.
Yeah,
double
that's valid
five.
after all that.
Yeah, we got to go
That
in
is
there.
valid.
Ah.
It's the
Yeah.
most valid tattoo of all time. Right?
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
I thought for sure you were going to be like, yep, and I never saw her again.
Totally where that was.
I was expecting, like, dude, forget her, dog.
bait and switch.
I was waiting for the tears to come. I was like, oh, we going to get a tear?
Tears of joy.
There you go. Man,
Did she end up telling you why she couldn't have really thought that you never put yourself out there enough? Like, what was her, she really said, like, oh, I just didn't know you
She
wanted
said
me
she was
that way?
oblivious to it. She said she's just oblivious to it all. Yeah.
What that? You
Yeah.
must have the most friendliest game
Yeah.
ever. Dude.
Probably, bro. Probably.
It's like,
Gee,
I threw
what?
7 tanks at you. Full tanks. What do you mean?
Out of the country.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
What a trip and what a story you're going to be able to tell your kid.
Oh, yeah.
Climbed the highest
Yeah.
mountain and swam the deepest sea.
Dude. So
literally.
then you never ended up living your scuba diving dream in Puerto Rico.
I'm living it here.
Oh.
Nice.
Living it here. I work at dive and surf.
Lord.
So I'm scuba diving.
Sweet.
I'm with my Puerto Rican girl.
Yeah.
And I'm living the movie.
Yes.
All in the South Bay, baby.
All in the South Bay.
Yeah,
You
that's
are,
a
really,
story
you are.
for you.
Yeah.
Back right where I started.
Yeah.
Back right where the journey started.
Man.
It must feel right.
Oh,
Is this right?
It was amazing. It was fucking epic.
Yes.
It was
Okay,
epic.
dude. That was a cool story, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. That was some wild. The guy brought the domino in, guys. The guy slapped the domino on the table.
It is.
Man, so that was quite a fight. I mean, you fought for the love of your life.
Amen. Yes, I did.
Man,
Yeah.
so
Resilient.
Yeah.
right?
Resilient, dude.
Yeah,
I would
gotta
have
be.
been gave up.
Yeah, the first time she lost that domino.
Yeah, after
done.
the first domino loss, it's
Like,
like
you couldn't even order another set and lie. Like, yeah, I kept it.
She was oblivious that this guy carried the domino in his heart and went out there, put his life on the
Man.
line.
Hey, it wasn't the right time.
And he had all the
That's
dates
the
down,
definition
too.
of it was just
Yeah.
wasn't it at
It
that
just-
But
moment.
now it
the right
probably
time.
hits hard on her, right? Like
Definitely.
she's
on
like,
both
oh,
of us. Yeah, on both of us.
Oh,
Yeah. Because to be honest with you, right? Like back then, like I wasn't, in a place to handle what I'm handling now.
yeah. Oh, so maybe
know?
it was
Yeah.
the universe.
Absolutely.
It was a timing
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like you
Like
knew the
that.
end of the story was acting and the Puerto Rican girl, but like it wasn't time.
I like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
So you've gone through so many different endeavors, and I could see how that journey that you had, that fight for love,
Yeah.
kind of prepared you for the real fighting that you've been doing, right? Because you're dabbling in a boxing now. Like, I mean, I know you have some training and stuff, and you've gone to the Philippines for some workouts and martial arts and fights there too. But
I did forget about that. Yeah, I did all that there too.
I remember you were telling me that, and I was just like, man, you going out there and fighting, bro? Like, man, it's just in you, right? You got a lot of fight in you.
Well, being a combat infantryman, 11 Bravo, all we do is
Shout
fight.
out.
Oh, yeah,
So-
tell 'em. Let 'em know, let 'em
know.
We sign up to go and fight. Yeah. Kind of have to.
So you look at it like
Another
like
day in the
it's
office.
it's not as big of a deal as it probably would be for us. It's like, okay, dude, like I'm gonna get in a fight. It's not the first time.
Yeah. I mean, basically, Because it's one of the habitual things. If it's something you just do, day in and day out, like you're fine. Like back when you were cutting Paul Wall's hair, right? You remember that? You remember that? That was epic. Yeah, haven't tell you that story. Haven't tell you that story, right?
Yeah, that was shout out to Paul Wall.
Yeah, sitting sideways. But yeah, right. So it's like. But you're a barber, like you've been cutting for so long that when famous people come through, you're like, it's just another haircut. So it's just like with this, like if you're acting or if you're shooting movies or shooting that, it's like it's something that we do all the time, right? Now it's just this is the one that's gonna be I guess published or something. Yeah. But if it's something that you do every day,
I think in my head, I'm like, what goes through your mind, or does anything go through your mind when you get that first jab in the face, right? Like once you get right? Like, do you think, or is it just like rage? Like, what emotions?
Yeah. All of that. Cause boom, you're like, shit. And then you've got the crowd. Everybody's making noise. And it's just, just so much. Like, just like that whole Mike Tyson thing, everybody's got plans until you get punched in the face. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the absolute truth.
Yeah.
So you even think about the opponent? Like, do you think of like, this he's good?
Oh, absolutely. No. He's like, man, I can get this. Like, no, fuck that shit. Like, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
Hell yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You're like, pop, motherfucker.
Yeah, I always wondered. Because everybody thinks they could beat people up, right? Like, I don't know what it's a guy thing. I don't know. We always think we could mess people up, right? Yeah. But in reality, like the few times that I've like sparred with people, I'm like, this isn't what I thought it was.
Right.
Gonna swing, and the guy will feel my power, and it will just back away.
I'm gonna feint him, and he's gonna go for everything.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like mental thinking, and forget that. How do you pass one round thinking about, like, for me, I was thinking so much, it was like I'm exhausted.
Oh, it was very exhausting. I felt so heavy. Yeah. I felt so heavy.
Even with your training, there's still because it's just another ball game.
It's a different environment though. But because it's not just in the gym anymore. Now you're in front of a crowd. And now it's like it's like just
so you feel the roars like
you feel it all,
positive and negative, or just
everything. Like I guess you don't have time to decipher if it's positive or negative because you have somebody coming at you want to take your head off.
And just throwing them.
And he's like, shit, I gotta get out the way. I gotta throw back. I'll get out the way, throw back. I got hit, throw back. Like,
and something that not too many people know, and obviously our viewers aren't going to know, is that you were a sub-in, right? Somebody. You took the fight on like super late notice.
Yeah, it was like a little less than a month. Yeah.
So when was the last fight? So prior to that fight, when was the last time you had gotten into an organized fight, boxing match?
April. So no. So no, that was my first. That was my debut right there.
That was your debut.
Yeah,
right?
So
your debut. Yeah, your debut was a sub-in. You. So what happened? Okay, how did you get to that point? Tell us a little bit about the backstory, because I knew that you were a sub-in, but I don't know, how did that happen? How did you get to that? Where they're like, hey, you want to fight? I mean, how did that happen?
Were you already training for?
So through Rockford Vets, Matt Petch, right? Al came to one of the workouts. And that's how we met. And then, Al put Matt through a boxing workout. I'm like, oh shit, I want to box. He's like, oh, hit up Al. So I hit up Al. And then we started this whole little boxing thing down at the beach, and at the time, this was all like during like coronavirus type stuff. Okay. So, he was training kids at the park and stuff like that. So he's still training. So, we're training. And then we had another guy come in, Chad from Santa Monica PD. He's like, yeah, like him and Al, both their kids trained at the same jiu-jitsu spot. So that's how they met. And then, Al got Al got Chad a fight for the UCA. Was it the UCA? No, I think it was the Battle in the Desert, October. Right? So we're training for that. I was supposed to get on that, but something happened. I guess it just didn't work out for me. But Chad being active police officer, he was just a shoo-in, right? Because it's like, police, military, all this stuff, like active, right? I wasn't active.
Yeah.
So, boom, he goes in. So we had that relationship there. And, we helped train Chad up for that fight. Chad went in, boom, won that fight. And then the UCA came around and they had their fight in April. So Chad was training for that. Boom, we got into that fight. And, when they came down to do the promo video for Chad's fight, I'm just being myself because, I'm training, helping Chad train. So, I'm kind of like his sparring partner and all this stuff. And I'm just being myself. And I was like, hey, you should have him be a ring announcer. And, he said it, enough to where they actually listen and what's the word I'm looking for? Entertain the idea.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you want to ring announce? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So, I go out, I do the ring announcing for that fight. And then that October, so we had that fight, and then the April fight where I did the ring announcing, but then the October battle in the desert came back around. And now Chad's cousin, Carlos, Santa Monica as well, got involved. So, we trained him up. Chad ended up getting hurt, so he wasn't fighting anymore. But now we have Carlos. So now, boom, we take Carlos out, battle in the desert, and he ends up winning that fight. So and we had the relationship with Jesus, the promoter of Battle of the Desert out there. So when it rolled back around into this year, and that's when we got Rich a fight because he got into the UCA this year as well. The April one in Visalia, where I was ring announcer again, and then to the Pasadena one. So we got Rich in both of those. Carlos was in the Battle in the Desert. And then, we already had the relationship going. We was already kind of training. I was kind of known.
You were in the circuit.
Yeah, I was in the circuit, right? So when that opportunity presented itself, a fight had fallen through and they needed to get this guy matched up with somebody. So, I'm sitting there, cleaning the house real quick. I get a message. He's like, hey, how old are you and what's your weight? Like, I already knew where he was going with this. Like, some already told me, like, even before. I mean, something like, okay, something's going to happen, because, like, throughout the whole thing, he'd always message me, like, hey, shoot me a promo video for the fight, promote this, call out all these departments and da-da-da-da. And I would do that just so I could get free tickets to the fight. Like,
sure.
Like, you give me free tickets. So as this was going on, it kind of got quiet as leading up into the fight, because then they try to make it out to be a whole like West Coast. They call this Santa Monica versus like the Palm Springs, because the main event was Carlos and the Palm Springs officer. So through that whole thing. I kind of had a feeling. I had a feeling like something was going to happen. Not only that, but at the same time, I had already found out that we were pregnant and expecting. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this, like, it's got to happen. Yeah. You were like, so it was an opportunity also, right? Like, it wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have had time, right? Right. Because like after the baby gets here, I have no idea, what to expect. Yeah. I'm going to be so focused on that, I'm going to forget about training for a little bit, I'm going to do my best not to, but, I have to knock out push-ups in the bedroom. But as far as like going to the gym and actually training for something like that.
A lot of dedication.
Yeah. So as all that's going on, like I said, I just had this feeling on the inside. And when that text came, I already knew where it was going. I hit up Theo Albert. I'm like, yo, what we doing? He's like, yeah, go for it. He's like, you ready? I'm like, all right, we're on.
He's just like that.
Jeez,
stepped up to the plate.
Scary, dude. Something so scary, right? Normally, normal people, I guess.
How much did the guy outweigh you? That's another thing that is like, he was a lot bigger than
that. So I did have to go up in weight. I had to go up in weight. Boy, that guy. He weighed in at 172 or 173 day of the fight, and I weighed in at 167. So we had to be within 10 pounds of each other.
Oh, okay. He looked bigger than that.
That guy was what, 5'6", 180? He was
he
not.
Just looked much bigger than you.
Big.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Whoa, ass little dude. Tell me he was doing the swings, the long ones. Was he?
Look, I have to be honest with you, bro. Like
power.
There was yeah.
He hit that hard. Or no,
it just happened so fast.
Yeah, it's so much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got hit. I got hit.
There was a couple tempo shots.
Yeah. There's pictures and videos. I definitely got hit.
4K.
Yeah. But I think I was the only one that drew blood. So.
Oh, hey.
So I popped his nose. I popped his nose.
That's a win, bro.
For me. Because they gave him the fight. So I just gotta
all right.
I have to hold on to first blood, only blood of the night.
Blue.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
Just getting in there, really. When you get into those type of any sporting events, is really just participating. Is something that is a small victory, right? Just getting through the training and all that, and so all the backstories that you have. Yeah. As far as like how the training went and I mean, man, all that really prepared you for that moment to take advantage of that moment, right? Because if you hadn't did everything that you had done prior to that, all the training, the cryo, all of the sparring and helping other people, right? You put yourself in that position to be able to grasp that opportunity, right? And then that opportunity came, and how you correlated it with your girl now, and how that moment needed to be at that particular moment because you weren't. That moment was going to leave you. Yeah, your life is about to change when the baby comes. Oh yeah, right? Tremendously, like. Completely upside down, but in a sense, it's where you need to be or where you should be. Yeah. Right. Where you want it to be this whole time. Yeah. I mean, everything that we've talked about. Yeah. That's where you want it to be. You fought so hard for it. I didn't know that story. Yeah. I've known you for a while. I didn't know that. I didn't know that all that time. Yep. Wow. All that time you were going through that. Yeah. Didn't tell your boy. Yeah.
I was too busy living it.
Oh man.
Too busy living it. But after you told me about your few of your adventures, you'll leave it there. I'm like, okay. You were on the roster. I was like, okay.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna call up Eli when
when these scenarios occur.
Yeah. Man, that's quite a journey. I'm grateful that we got to experience that firsthand.
You're like a walking connection, man.
I appreciate it.
It's like every story you have is like this piece connected to this piece, and because this piece and then this other piece came, and then they all connected for me to have this experience.
Yeah, like, that's how my life has been since day one. That's as far back as I can remember. It's always been like that.
And this turned into quite a love story. Oh. I mean, we came. I know you for a bit. Obviously, we talked about our connection. Yeah, and despite that, this completely took me for a loop because the well of Will Jones is deep. It runs deep.
Yeah,
so you don't know what treasure is going to come out.
You know what? I feel like I traveled.
Right?
I really do. I feel like I traveled.
Philippines and Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Puerto Rico multiple times, and Philippines, and now Elm Street.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Back where we all started. South Bay. Yeah. South Bay Connects podcast. Leaving the mark.
Yeah, still connecting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
High Sunday music on the ones and twos.
Oh!
Speaking of High Sunday
music. Every day Sunday.
Barber to you, but we've mentioned several plugs this episode.
So
32 plugs as I keep
whichever ones we could run through, you know what I mean? Now that we're running towards the end, just like where does everyone need to go? Whether it be Ruck, whether it be Will Jones, like what's...
Well, for sure, you have to go to Boom. It's your boy Will Jones.
Yep. Oh, it's your boy Will Jones.
Any type of just positivity, just literally just go there.
There you go.
Just go there. Some authentic positivity, and he's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Keep going. Gotta keep going.
You can plug. You can plug in whoever you want to plug in, but I watch and study and create a lot of content. I can see when somebody's being genuine. I can see when somebody has something of value to really value to provide more than just twerking videos. right? Like some real values.
My next video will be a twerking one. Boom, Jones, that's going down. We out here twerking on the beach.
No, it's real. It's I mean, the guy created a whole community by the beach, and you can join. And he's telling you, he's welcoming you.
Amen.
And it's not going to be any different. This is the guy you're going to meet. This is literally the guy you're going to meet. He's going to greet you. He's going to treat you with respect, and you're going to get a hell of a workout.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. That's fast.
That's what's up. And anyone interested in that also could just link with you through Boom.
Yeah, Boom is your boy, Will Jones. All one word.
Yeah, Ruck for Vets is
Ruck for Vets. Ruck for Vets. Come join us. Ruck Club every other Saturday.
And then the person that helped you discover these connections, right? Let's give him a plug too. Matt Petch.
Yeah, Matt Petch, Ruck for Vets founder. Shout out Daniel the barber. He's the one that put us together. Let's see who else. Yeah, Alpha Elite Performance, Iron Infidel with the battle bottles. Man, so
how do we find Matt?
The swimmers.
Oh,
yes,
the swimmers. Yeah.
The number one ladies South Bay Overwater Swim Club. You know, you can find us with the swim cap. I'm Swim Cap Official. Swim Cap Official.
Having some cookies out at the pool.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Oh, look, guys, for you, we have a Christmas party this Saturday.
Okay.
Come join us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, man.
Yeah,
appreciate the invitation. Yeah. You might see me out there with my cap.
Yeah.
Hey, bring your dominoes.
Bring the dominoes. Yes. Boom, domino.
Shout out to Puerto Rican Dominoes.
Shout out Puerto Rican Dominoes. Not me, mommy.